Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome to this video. The older and more experience I've gotten in life, I've come to realize one thing, which is something that's pretty hard to grasp because of how I feel programmed we are and how society shapes us to be a certain way. And it's obviously understandable because that's how evolution of the society and us as humans happens, and it's necessary. But I think on an individual basis, it's very different from what life requires from us in a collective basis. And so the thing that I've realized is that I think the point of life, in my opinion, is just to enjoy the experience as it's here. I think we grow up in a society where we have to be productive members of society, meaning we need to produce value for society, either in terms of work, in terms of resources. And I think, as I said, there is a time and place for that, especially in the development of a society. But I think we've come to the point collectively where individualization of us finding out who we are and what our deeper truths are is more important than ever that we discover those things. Because I think when we get lost in work, when we get lost in numbing ourselves and the pleasures of life, those things are important and are good. But when we get lost in that, we forget who we are. We forget our connection to our soul, and we forget our connection to God. And so I do think the reason that we are put on earth wasn't to provide value for companies or to provide your value is dependent on how productive you are in the society. I think it's based more in a spiritual sense of how aligned is the life that you're living with your intention for being here. And I truly believe in whatever culture or theology or belief structure it is that somebody has, God always has sacrificed himself to bring humans about, right? In my personal belief structure, I believe that we're in a sort of dream where in order to live the dream, you have to remove yourself from the normal state of consciousness. So when I'm dreaming at night, I forget that I'm Shanil. I forget that I'm me in order to create my dream reality. Obviously, there's things such as lucid dreaming where you can become aware of that. And so I believe my relationship to God is very similar to that, where we are God's creation or manifestation or dream. And God needs to let go the concept of being God in order to become a man, in order to become everything around us, in order to become a tree, in order to become a cell, in order to become this couch. It's all God, but manifesting as that. And so if that's one of the fundamental tenets of my belief, why would God sacrifice becoming God in order to manifest as something, in order to suffer, or in order to have a hard life, or in order to go through pain? Those are very much the aspects of life that we go through in a material sense, but it's not our true essence. And so when you really tap into that, you realize that you weren't put here to be productive or to be rich or to have material things. Those are cool if you can have them, but the greater purpose is to become in touch with the thing that created you. If you believe that's God, if you believe that's energy, whatever it is that you believe. But the intention of that in all the religions and all the cultures that I've studied is love and is happiness. And not happiness in the very transient sense of I buy something and then I'm happy, but more a deep sense of happiness. Kind of like how the sun shines every day, and sometimes there may be clouds that I can't see the sun, but it doesn't mean that it's not there. It's always there. It's always shining. It's the source of life on earth. And so in the same way, happiness, peace, love, those things are always there. However, sometimes the clouds of our material life, the life on this planet, sometimes gets in the way of us realizing that. And so that's why I say, I do believe, in my opinion, that the purpose of life is to just enjoy life, just to live a life that you want to live. There's really nothing else that you have to do. Nobody's telling you have to do this or that. It may feel like it, but it's just because of the beliefs in your head. And obviously the responsibilities you have as a material being do play a factor into that. If you have a family, you can't just leave them. If you have certain responsibilities, you can't undo those responsibilities. So there is the material aspect, but what's fundamental to the experience is enjoying your life. When you do something, enjoy it. When you have food, just taste the food. Realize how grateful you are to be able to eat something, especially if it's delicious. If you have a relationship with someone, treasure that person, because that in of itself is a gift. The relationship you have with that person is not going to be the same relationship that you have with someone else. It's very unique. And so even I'm noticing this, as I said, as I get older, I start to appreciate things that I know are not going to be part of my life forever. This body is not going to be with me forever. I myself am not going to be here forever. My friends and family, there's going to be a time when I don't have them. The house, the place around me, nature, my pets, those are things that don't last forever. And so do you want to wait to the time where those things are taken away to start appreciating and enjoying them? Or are you going to just enjoy them while they're there? Regardless of what you may feel like because of what society tells you to feel. Because you don't have enough money, you shouldn't feel happy. Or because your body doesn't look a certain way, you shouldn't be confident in yourself. I don't think so. I think you set your own standards, you have your own beliefs, and you need to get to the point, however it is that you can do it. It's going to be different from the way I do it, but you need to get to the point where you can enjoy your life no matter what it is, whether you're just sitting on a couch, whether you have 200 Rand left in your bank account, whether you're a millionaire, whether you're single, or whether you're dating the most beautiful girls in the world. Those things are cool, but what's even more cool is to enjoy your life. So thank you for watching this video. I'll see you guys in the next one.